Good morning, everybody. Well, really, it's afternoon. So, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Come on in. I'm ready for lunch, y'all. And as you can see, I got my veggies on the stove here, so I'm getting ready to put together something real nice and nourishing. I've got in my little colander here, I've got some nice asparagus that I've cleaned up and cut in half. And I've got some mushrooms, of course, right there. And of course, my favorite thing to cook with, some onion. And over here in my skillet, I've got some oil and some butter. Um, I use some of my butter to start my other pan over there. So I need to put a little bit more oil in there. And I decided I didn't need butter because I'm going to have to watch out for, you know how butter browns. I need a lot of butter in this pan, so I replaced most of it with oil. So what I'm getting ready to do, y'all, I have 1 pound of asparagus, a pound of mushrooms, and probably a half pound of onions or 1 large onion cut up. So what I'm getting ready to do is put it over here in the skillet and saute it. I really wanted to do it separately, but in the interest of time, let's go ahead and start with the asparagus first and get it going. This is a pretty good sized skillet, so I might be able to just section it off, and I think that's what I'm going to do, rather than, you can do it like this. I'm just going to put it in 3 different sections. I'm going to make the section, I'm going to make it work like Tim Gunn says on that show. I was going to say Top Model, but it's not Top Model. I can't think of the name of the show, but I know Tim Gunn says it. So we get all the asparagus over here. And we'll segregate it like this. But we're going to put it in the same identical pan. And we'll just pour the rest of those mushrooms right in here because that heat. Okay, how about that? Oh, that smells so good. So you know I'm going to go ahead and put my seasoning on it. My complete season. I'm just going to sprinkle every last bit of it. Each one is going to get, now my mushroom is going to get 2 teaspoons, and my other stuff is going to get 1 teaspoon of this complete season. So that's about 2 on that one. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and do some half a teaspoon there, half a teaspoon there, and a teaspoon there. Okay. And we're just going to let it sort of sit there and do what it does best, and that is to marinate, saute rather, not marinate, but saute. Let me go ahead and move this down a little bit so we can get those ingredients, all those ingredients mixed up on there, all that seasoning. Okay. And I'm gonna get my black pepper out here in just a second to get it sprinkled with some black pepper. And I'm gonna make sure this black pepper doesn't just dump over into my dish today. I got a better top on it, y'all. I love black pepper. Okay. Now, as these cook down a little bit, I'm gonna put, y'all know I gotta have butter on this. So what I'm doing is just sort of letting them saute on their own. Then I'm just going to flip them because I got so much in this skillet. So this is just a quick way to get everything done at the same time. And you know what? I'm always thinking of other people because some people don't like onions, some people don't like mushrooms, and maybe some don't like asparagus. So I'm frying this up here, or marinating it up here, sauteing rather it up here, because in the end I'm going to make an omelet with my part, and I'm going to try a different approach to making omelet. So I thought I'd chime in. This is a test kitchen situation, people. Now on my asparagus, I always put a little lemon, zest it with a little lemon, and today I'm zesting it with a little bit of lemon pepper seasoning, which is a real good brand, and it tastes really, really good. Now, as you know, I'm gonna have to have the heat up real, real high because the mushrooms, they make a lot of water. If you didn't know that about mushrooms, you have to keep the heat up high, otherwise you're gonna get a lot of water on the mushroom. I think I need to smell me some more garlic on that. Remember we talked about the senses and how we should be able to feel and to see and to smell, not just that a dish has a certain seasoning on it, but that it has enough. I didn't smell enough garlic on that, so I'm gonna go ahead and put me a pat of butter in each one of these areas because I want that butter to be into that juice. So I have about a half a stick of butter on this. Put a little bit more on that asparagus. It's like that melt down through there. I got this heat all the way up, but I'm telling you, you have to be careful because those mushrooms, they're gonna make a lot of liquid in that pan, and I don't want them boiled. I still want it sauteed, but you turn the heat up high, and it'll dry that. See how it's making that. But it's good moisture. It's good juice in there. It's good, but I still want these veggies to saute versus boil. I like them sauteed because I like even a little brown on them. Okay, just keep them going like so. And we're just going to let those sit there. It's going to take a good 10 or 12 minutes for those to get to where I want them to be. So we'll be chiming in and out. Okay, the mushrooms, asparagus, and those onions are ready. So now I'm getting ready to go to part 2 of my little test kitchen deal here. Okay, what I've done over here on this side of the stove, I have a large flour tortilla. I've buttered it and oiled it real good, and I put it in a pan. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it heat up slowly. Then I'm going to pour my egg in there. Well, I need to pierce it a little bit so those eggs will get cooked like they need to get cooked. And then I'm going to hope that I'll have an omelet wrap is what I'm going to call it. And of course, I'm going to garnish it with some, I'm going to go back to my kale salad. I still got some of that left. And I'm going to put some salsa on it. And I'm going to have me a nice little brunch type meal because it's like, ooh, wow, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's like it's more like a late lunch because in fact, I got busy this morning and skipped breakfast. So, all right, now we're going to get this going, and I'm going to heat this slowly because I don't want my, I don't want this, my bread part. Remember, I'm low on carbs, so I'm going to allow myself that little piece of that flour tortilla there. I don't want it to start cooking too fast because I got to get my eggs done inside of there. So, and in my mind now, remember this is a test kitchen thing. I'm just going to prick just a little bit. I'm just going to go ahead and, there's oil in the bottom of the pan, but you know what I think, just to be extra sure, y'all know me. In this case, I'd rather have too much than not enough. So I'm going to pour a little bit of oil. I'm going to pour like maybe about a tablespoon of oil in there. I really want to put butter, but the butter will scorch on me, and I don't want it scorched. Okay. Maybe I could just lift it. I'm thinking what I'm going to do, I'm going to lift it out of here. Go ahead and just lift it out of there. And I'm going to pour that oil in. Maybe I need more than a tablespoon. And I'm going to get it heated up real good. I'm going to get the pan that is heated up really good. Okay. Heat that pan like so. And then I will put the tortilla back in there. Then I'll pour the eggs in there. And I'm gonna score it just a little bit so the egg will sort of get to the bottom of the pan, okay? Remember how on the video that I did yesterday with the talking to you about how things can change from one day to the next, how life can just sneak up on you sometimes, how we have to go from one day to the next thanking God for where we are, because we don't know where we're going to be the next day, even the next minute. And we all have to do that. And I think about, all the things that I do and say to myself and to others, and how people say, oh, Miss Peggy, thank you for this, that, and other. And how I tell people, oh, thank you for this, that, and other. And thanking God for everything that He does in our lives. We still have to be mindful. Every day that you roll out of bed, you still got to be very mindful of, Lord. And my thing is, Lord, what would you have me to do on today? What's going to be going on in my life today, Lord? And I'm telling you, I audibly do that, because some days I even say, Lord, place somebody in my path that I can help out. And of course, I get up again, and we all, just because we are who we are, because we are human beings, we plan certain things in our life, and we just say certain things that I said, I'm going to do this, that, and the other today. And those plans sometimes get preempted. Now, I got that grease pretty hot, y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and put my tortilla back in the pan. And, these are going to crisp on you a little bit. And I don't mind that. I'm not going to put it back on that high heat, though. And then what I've done over here, I have scrambled up 3 eggs. And y'all know I put complete seasoning in my eggs to give them that extra flavor. And I'm going to put all 3 of them. I'm just going to pour them there. Remember, this is a test kitchen type thing. So we're going to put it back on the heat. Okay. Put it right back on the heat. And I'm going to lay me some cheese right on in there. And I think the way that this is going to have to cook is that I'm going to have to cover it, because the heat is going to have to get those eggs going. So I'll put me a couple pieces of cheese in there. And I think this is going to be one of those things I'll be able to eat off of this a couple times. Okay. Get me some cheese going in there. Well, maybe I'll just wait. Put that piece in there. Okay, so. Okay, y'all. We're going to let it sit in there. I'm going to find the right lid. You know what? Get all that down into the pan there. Now that I'm thinking about it, I should have put some hot water in a container and do it that way. That's one way to do it. But let's see. Okay, y'all still with me? Okay, I got the eggs in there. I've got my tortilla shell is nice and brown on the bottom. Now what I figured out I'm going to have to do, I'm going to turn the broiler on low, and I'm going to slide it in and let those eggs finish cooking. And then I can put my veggies in, y'all. I think I got something going on. Okay, so it's in the oven on low broil. I'm going to leave it there until those eggs cook through, and then we'll get the filling in. I think I might have something going on, y'all. It takes a few steps to get it done, and I'm thinking if you want to do this particular dish, it's going to take you about 15 minutes, but I think it's going to be well worth it, because I'm just anxious to see how it's going to serve up on the plate once those eggs cook together, and they'll help form the mold of the tortilla shell. And of course, the pan is keeping it round, and I set all of my veggies in there, and it's gonna be like a open-faced tortilla omelette. That's what I'm gonna call it. So stay tuned, y'all. But yeah, as I was saying about our little talk, just be mindful, as I was saying the other day, of everyday occurrences in your life. You never know what you're gonna wake up to in the morning. It's just about being aware, and it's just about being thankful and asking God to order your steps during the day, because you never know what's going to come upon you during that day. And for my part, I like to be prayed up, or at least praying about just life in general. Nothing in particular, unless something particular is going on. Again, like I was telling you yesterday, I was helping one of the young ladies that I mentor, and I was helping her and her grandma do some things on yesterday, and then there was some other things that I told her to call me if she needed further assistance. And of course, again, my little mentee, she called me earlier this morning. She needed some more assistance, so I went to her. And then I got another phone call for some things, and then I'm helping do. When God sets you here to be a help to others, then you really have to stay prayed up, because when you get too many things going, we don't want to become non-effective, and we don't want to become indifferent to things. So even on today, I just ask God to just order my steps today for whatsoever things He set my hands to do. And what He calls you to do, He will also equip you to do it. So that's why I try to pray about when I'm doing things. Lord, if this is what I'm supposed to be doing, Lord, help me to be in there doing it. I don't, because in and of myself, because some stuff you tell, at least I do. Let me speak for me again. There are certain things that come upon me. I'll be right quick to say, now, Lord, I don't necessarily want to do that, but I'm willing. I'm willing, because I try to stay in the will of God. And if we're in His will, or when we're in His will, the things that He set us out to do, He will equip us to do. But we just have to be mindful, and we have to be yielded, of course, to do those things. So I'm here to tell y'all that these days, okay, now it's time to get my, oh wow, perfect timing. Got it out the oven. So now I think, y'all, okay, those eggs are cooked perfectly. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and heap on some nice mushrooms. I'm going to put me some mushrooms on top of there. Oh, I think I got something going on, y'all. Some mushrooms. Not going to get it off the heat because I don't want the bottom to cook anymore. Can y'all see me? Yeah, you can see me. I'm getting excited. Y'all know. I'm getting excited. If it needs to be heated up when I get it out of the pan, I can heat it on the plate. Okay. Next, I'm going to get some onions going on there. Okay. Some onion. Okay, and last and certainly not least, I'm going to go ahead and put the asparagus on there. One of my favoriteest things in the world to eat. Got all of my, now look at that. That is so wonderful. That is my tortilla omelette. It's so good, y'all. So, if you care to get in the kitchen and try something new, there it is, y'all. And that omelet is nice. That's crisp. That's nice and crispy there. I think I'm going to leave it in the pan so it'll stay nice and warm. And I'm just going to, because I'm not going to eat the entire omelet. I'm just not going to eat all that at one time. I want to serve me up some on a plate. And sit down, relax, and enjoy it. As always. So, listen, y'all. Keep those prayers going up so the blessings will continue to come down. Because, in all things that we do to get to the Lord, it has to come through praise and worship and through prayer. So, definitely, in these days that we're living in right now, please continue to pray. Keep one another lifted up in prayer. And just encourage one another, because let me just say this to you. You've also got to keep yourself in the best place, because if you're one of these people that is called to do certain things for others or even for yourself, you have got to be the best you that you can be in order to be able to be effective towards helping each other. We have to be realistic about things. When things come upon us, we can't panic about things. We can't, start drawing foregone conclusions about things. We have to get in there and sort of do what we need to do and get those things into perspective. Let's get this over here in the center. This is where I'm trying to get it, y'all. Thank you. But yeah, we can't have all these foregone conclusions about what's happening in life. We just gotta try to be prepared. And I'm not saying by any means that we can prepare for everything, because we cannot. But we can try to be prepared. And the way we try to prepare ourselves is through prayer. We have to pray and ask God to strengthen us to do those things that He set us that and let me just rephrase that, because He always equips us to do what He calls us to do. So what I guess I'm trying to say is that sometimes things come to us and we just have knowledge of them and know, but we don't understand. We may not supposed to do them. So we need to try to keep ourselves in a posture where God will show us what we need to do and how we need to do it and when we need to do it and what steps we need to take in certain areas. So I'm just saying all that to say this. Stay prayed up. Give thanks to God every day that you set your feet on the floor, and just thank God for where you are, and just always ask Him to order your steps for each and everything that you do in this life. So listen, you guys, I love y'all very much. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm getting ready to put this on a plate and sit down and relax and enjoy it. And I just wanted to tune in to give y'all another one of those quick, healthy meals that you can eat. You can eat this right by itself. You can throw a salad with it, or you can put you some, garnish it with some more cheese or whatever you want to do. But this is complete as far as I'm concerned, because it has your mushroom, onions, and asparagus, and some cheese, and some eggs. So it has everything that I need in it. So all I need to do is get me a plate out and get ready to enjoy it. So thank you guys for tuning in with me. Thank you for always being there for me. So until I decide to cook something again, keep those prayers going up so those blessings will continue to come down. Until I cook again, guys, love you. Toodaloo.